Good evening everyone, this is Sam. Tonight I am making another video that was requested by you guys in the recent survey, which is pretty much what we could call This Week on the Trading Post. So this is a video that I should be making every Sunday as the week is over, in order to give you guys an idea of what I was looking at on the Trading Post, and so going up or down or staying the same. Well, this is what you're here to learn about. So for this week I decided to go for a very simple pool of items that were either supposed to move or have moved recently, be it due to the patch or some player demand, and I'm going to try to give a quick analysis of what I think is going to happen further on these items. So first of all, let's talk about the Mystic Coins. Mystic Coins are being given by both the War vs World League track as well as automated tournaments. So these are two Mystic Phone faucets. When you look at the price of Mystic Coins, it is still 1 gold. It is still exactly the same. Nothing has changed. And I think that the price will remain the same. There is no reason for it to change ever, because Ironet actually wants the price of Mystic Coins to remain relatively high as an incentive for players to log in. But this is something we can discuss in another video. Second, I want to talk about the tormented skins. I know that you guys have made the remark that I omitted this in the previous update notes video. However, I intended to talk about them at some point. So the tormented skins have all gone under the 300 gold mark, and they dropped to that price from a 500 gold mark. In my opinion, it is not yet time to fully invest in them. I would wait for them to drop around 250 gold before starting to put my cash into it. And if anything, I would try to remain for the very classic skins, which are gonna go up in price calmly ever after. The idea behind that is that you do not want to tie your gold on a skin that is not going to work out, so you should look at what was very good on the tormented skins beforehand, what sold the most, and you will want to go for these ones. Next, we should be talking about the Memories of Battle and the Shards of Glory. So these are two of the game mode specific currency. One is for War vs War and one is for PvP, and both have extremely dropped in price. So the Shards of Glory were already dirt low, and now they're even lower, if that is possible at anything. And the Memories of Battle have dropped tremendously, because while they were at almost 1 gold on the patch day, they have now dwindled to about 2 silver. So this is a clear example of the fact that the rewards are badly created for World vs World. I know that I shouldn't start the debate again, but if the currency is dropping in price that hard, that means that the other things that you need to acquire to be able to buy the rewards are not balanced properly with the acquisition of the currency. This is obvious. Anyways, let's keep going. We've also had the new dies. I was talking about it in the update note review, the Jormuk dies. So most of all is the Permafrost die. That one is the one people are looking at because it is extremely white, and I would like to say that this die is gonna comport it safe exactly just like Shadow Abyss, which back in its days did not budge an inch from an extremely high price of 400 gold. So the Shadow Abyss, I would like to show it, there we go. It is currently at 400 gold as well, because it hasn't been released for quite a while. It was on the Celebration Pack rewards, but that did not really end up hitting the price hard. It looks extremely good, and I really like it. I'm really happy that I got it from the Celebration Pack instead of having to buy it myself. We can also hope that the Permafrost die will be on the Celebration Pack in next August for the people who are celebrating the first 5th birthday, and at that point we should see a slight drop in price. But before that, the price will only be dropping as long as the Jormuk dies are available and people keep gambling for it. Moving onwards, A previous investment that I made was saffron thread, and this week has seen the saffron thread supply diminish. There is still a lot of saffron thread, however, it has been going up ever so slightly because it is a food that is used a lot in World vs. World. It is cheap to make loaves of saffron bread. You can keep them for half an hour in a character, and the trays of saffron bread are lasting, if I am not mistaken, an hour, which make them extremely worth it for commanders trying to get the Zergs to use slightly decent food instead of whatever shit with Magic Find they can get their hands on. So in my opinion, saffron thread is going to keep going slightly up as the supply is being eaten by the people. Keep in mind that the supply has been there for quite a while, so it's going to take a while as well for it to finally dwindle. Next up, we have the Orbs. So, I don't know if you guys have been paying any attention to that, but as of lately, the freshwater pearls have been going up in price. They were around 7 gold a month ago, and now they're going up to almost 10 gold. The idea behind that is probably that someone is foreseeing some mesmer nerfs or some food nerfs for the boon duration ones, and is thinking of going full minstrel. But to be fair, until we see Ironhead's stance on it, I wouldn't go for that because the freshwater pearl is quite expensive, which makes it something which is not particularly interesting to invest in. I mean, you need 2.5k gold for a stack of it, and that's a lot of gold tied into something you wouldn't be too sure about. However, we can realize that on the trading post right now there is only 279 left, and any piece of minstrel gear at any given time would use 3 of them. That is quite a bit, and as such, it could be a good idea for someone to try and push the price a bit up, even though the fact that the price has been going up lately means that some people have been buying out the supply to keep it for them. So I would wait to see until something happens to that specific market before making any move. Next up, we've got the stabilizing mattresses. So the stabilizing mattresses have been going up in price as well. The reason is very simple. We are currently in a period where people do not have any clear goal for spending their money. We've been having the latest legendary for quite a while, and people have spent the money on that one already, but there hasn't been a new legendary since then. So people have money, they're not spending it, and they're thinking we can gear our other characters, which is exactly what they're doing. And this goes through the use of stabilizing mattresses, because you want to get all of these stat infusions. The stabilizing mattresses price is gonna remain relatively good, and it's probably gonna keep getting a little bit higher as people move their gold expenditure towards the best in slot goal. And last but not least, we have the plate of Truffle Stakes. So I had been paying attention to some food that was going up in price due to the fact that truffles are always going up in price, especially the snow truffle, because that one is extremely volatile. It can go as low as 11 silver and as high as 15 silver in the course of a week. And lately it's been more than high end than the low end, which means that the food which is related to it is also going up in price. So mostly we have the plate of Truffle Steak, and we also have the rare veggie pizza. The plate of Truffle Steak has been going up from basically 28 silver to 36 over the course of the week, and I believe that this change in price reflects the fact that some people have decided that they think the sweet and spicy butternut squash soup is too expensive for them, and they're trying to look for an alternative. However, going for this will mean that you're going to be changing some pieces of your gear for something that doesn't have precision on, because having precision on your gear and on your food is not a good idea, as the builds are made so that you get all the precision you need directly from your gear. So that is not exactly a good idea if you're planning to truly min-max, but to some people it can seem like a rather cheap alternative to what they would be running otherwise, or if they run in a smaller party from which there is a core profession missing. Anyways, this concludes this first last week on the trading post review. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video and found it informative. If there is any item that I have not talked about in this video, you can write about it in the comments and I will try to give you the most detailed answer I can. And for anything else, you are free to reach out to me in-game, on Twitter, in the comment section, on Discord or whatever. I have a Discord server up and running, the link is in the description. And well, this is the end for today, so happy trading and get rich!